That was me playing the xylophone live there over that opening music. Hope you enjoyed it. I loved it. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Joe. This is a masterclass, and a masterclass is where we feature a really popular collection or technique and show you some amazing demonstrations with it. And to show us those amazing demonstrations, my TV wife is back here in the studio with me. Debbie Fisher's in the building. How are you, Debbie?
I'm really good, Joe. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good, thank you.
Yes.
Really glad to be back after a few days off. I'm like a coiled spring, Debbie, ready to spring into action.
I see you pinging the door this morning, Joe.
How are you? What are we going to see then? What we got lined up for the next couple of hours?
Do you know what? We've got such an exciting couple of hours because we're going to do something very different, something that we've never done before, Joe. It's not a masterclass because we're doing that. We've done that before. But I don't have any demos. Don't have nothing.
Well, it's going to be a fun couple of hours. What we're going to do?
Don't have nothing. So, do you know what we're going to do? We are going to do a scrapbook page. We are going to do a scrapbook page from start to finish, so you can see exactly how I, in the life of Debbie's craft room, would put something together using a collection. We thought it would just be really nice to not have anything done, to be able to just bring these bits and pieces in, show you what you can be making with them at home, and then if you haven't got the collection, you can then order the collection, take it back, re-watch the video, and do your own scrapbook page.
It sounds amazing. So it's a bit like a masterclass along, really, then?
Yes.
I love that idea. So you are going to absolutely love this. Definitely one of those shows that you want to save or share or make sure you note down. It is, of course, all going to be featuring the Bee-Youtiful collection, one of the most popular Nature's Garden launches that we've brought you in recent times. It's a gorgeous collection, 2 different paper pads in there, stamps and dies, amazing creator cards, embossing folders in here for you too. A brilliant price we've been able to get you on this as well. Everyone's got a great saving there, as you can see. Platinum members looking at under £80, just over $110, which is awesome. Best way to get the best value is in that full collection. As Debbie said, if you don't yet have it, you can order it now. Watch this back at any time you like. We do have a price point for everyone though in this show, and we've broken this down into a few smaller collections that I'm about to share with you right now. So you can go for the stamp and die collection if you wish. Here it is, $57.55 or $87.76. Some really beautiful elements in there, bumbling in the flowers, sweet as honeycomb, bee happy, bee blooms, honeybee, and the beehive. You can also go for the stamping and embossing collection, which is this one just here. So you've got in there Bee-Youtiful, Build a Bee, Bees in Nature, and Bees and Flowers. You can go for the paper pads on their own. I know a lot of you will be wanting to restock on these, having gone for this initially and crafted lots with it. You can grab those now. You get the 12x12 paper pad and the 12x12 luxury pearlescent card pad in there as well. I would absolutely urge you to get over to the website. There's loads of other stuff in this show. It is literally chock-a-block. I know we're not going to get time to go through all of it, but you can see everything in the show over on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Hit the shop the show button on the home screen. It will show you absolutely everything that's coming up. A couple of other really exciting things that I need to tell you about. There's a flash sale running over on the website right now. Only going to go until the end of today, but there's some great discounts on loads of essential storage. So make sure you head over and check that out. Something else exciting that's happening, you could be in with a chance of winning, is win your winter wish list. It started on the 26th, it's going up until the 28th of July. You could win £100, €125 or $150 worth of amazing crafting goodies. Head on over to our Facebook page to see all the details and to enter, which is brilliant. But lots of exciting demonstrations coming up. If you want to get in touch with me, you've got any questions or comments, all the usual ways. Crafters TV if you are on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Oh, I'm quite excited for this, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to get into my mind for a little bit in the next couple of hours, because I like to, it's nice to be able to show you how I start my scrapbooking pages, but what I am going to do to start with is just show a few samples with this collection. So if you are a card maker, you're going to be able to do something like this where you've got your shaker card element, but think of all these things in your scrapbook pages. They're just going to look amazing. There's large flowers in here. I mean, how how absolutely stunning is this one? Obviously bees always go to those gorgeous flowers. We've got then our apiaries, we've got our papers, we've got that gorgeous honey pot, we've got the absolutely amazing border die here, which we're going to be able to do lots with. Just lots of different varieties and styles of cards that we've got, but I just figured this would be beautiful for a scrapbook page. Now, I don't even have any photos, Joe, because what I want to do, and the reason I sort of changed everything up, is because I have my granddaughters this weekend. How gorgeous is that card? So I want to create a scrapbook page and then take pictures to then put on the scrapbook page. So, and I thought the bee collection would just be amazing for that. So there we go, that's our samples. Are we going to get started?
Yeah, let's crack on.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing we're going to get started with is obviously our 12 by 12 pages. Now remember, when you're doing scrapbooks, you don't always have to do a 12 by 12 page. You can do an 8 by 8 page, 6 by 6. You can buy actually books to be able to do that. But if you did want to make your own album, we do have our 10-inch spine and our 8-inch spine. And is it the 10, the 10, the 8-inch, and a 5-inch, I believe, that are on the show. So you could make your pages to go into those into those spines to make your own books. But these are beautiful. So first of all, we need to choose our sort of colours. I want quite a dark coloured. I want to ground my scrapbook, and I mean that by putting a border around it. So I either want to use the black or the brown. I think brown is a little less harsh than the black, especially because I want to use my grandchildren on it. There's lots of browns in the pages as well. I mean, obviously bees are your traditional with your black, but I'm going to go for the brown. So this is going to be the base for my scrapbook page. Then I'm going to pick my papers, and I genuinely have not got anything ready. I'm just going to flick through until I sort of spot a design. So when you're thinking of your scrapbook, think about things that you can cut into, cut around, where you can put your pictures in there, where you can have those extra embellishments that you want. So if you're going for something like this, you then have to think about, well, can you do much with this side, or do you just want to stick with the pieces in here? So I want a bit more room. So I'm going to continue to flick through, and as I'm doing so, you'll be able to see all the gorgeous papers in here.
I love how warm all the tones are in here.
And pretty, Joe, which is a weird thing for warm, but they're pretty and warm. And actually what I'm looking for is a really pretty page. I think we do some nice lemons and something that really takes my eye. So these are quite nice. I like the idea of these. Maybe a little bit too much borders for what I want. We're going to, and we've got these. So maybe we'll use one of these. So you've got 4 different frames in there. And then, if I'm going to get to the, I like the greens. Oh, the greens are rather nice. Now I'm saying
now you're going to struggle to choose, aren't you?
Yeah, I really don't know, Joe, now. Let's have another look. Actually, I'm thinking the green. Okay. Let's go for the green. It's pretty, isn't it? It's beautiful. We can keep all those sort of browns, those lemons, those green tones in there. So we can pop that on there. Now, the first thing you'll see is it's the same size as my brown one, so we're going to trim that down. So I'm going to bring in my guillotine. I'm going to use my large one because it's obviously
Now, would you always automatically trim the same amount off of each side, or do you have the option to... Could you lose a bit of extra border here if you wanted to?
Yeah, that's a brilliant question. So yes, if I wanted to have more of a space on one side, because I'm unsure of what I'm going to do yet, Joe, I'm quite happy to trim the same amount off all sides, so I still get that border. But what I might do is trim more off the top, so I have this border on the bottom. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take off about 1 increment off of that side, and then off the other side as well. And it only has to be roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect, because all I'm creating is the pieces to make it smaller. I'm going to do that a little bit bigger. I could be measuring it, but I'm doing everything by eye. But yes, and I would say just do whatever feels right for you. So I can see that that gives me roughly the same amount of border all the way round. And actually, Joe, straight away, how gorgeous does that look? Just your papers and just mat and layering. So what I'm then going to do is take this down. So I'm going to bring in my, we might as well just use our tape pens as they're here. So going across, I'm just going to pop our tape pen all round the edges, going round. And if you want to, why don't you at home, if you have this collection, get it out and craft along with me.
Yeah, that'd be really lovely. If you do have this collection, you've been making lots of awesome projects, we'd love to see pictures of them. You can share those with us by emailing studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Attach your pictures to that and we'll share some of those as we go through the show. I'd love to see some, wouldn't you, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm actually thinking, Joe, I wish I'd left that. And in fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this off for a second. Now, the reason that come off easily before I rubbed it down too much is because we've got a coated cardstock.
Okay.
But what I want to do is I'm going to cut into this border. So I'm going to bring in my craft knife. So let's just find my craft knife. There'll be one in my bag. There we go. And because I'm on my glass mat and I've got tape down, it's going to hold that in position. But I am going to just go around these pieces here. So I'm going to go round.
Now, if we weren't comfortable with a craft knife, is there any other way we could do this, Debbie? So
you could do it with a scissors, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually better with a craft knife than what I am scissors. But saying that, I'm not very good at cutting straight, so I'd probably be ideal cutting this with a scissors.
Okay.
And all I want to do is create just a pocket more than anything else. So
Okay.
I have a pocket coming out in there. So if I want to, and I want to do it before I stick it, just in case I want to pop anything into that. I'm not even actually sure what I'm going to do with it yet, Joe. So, but first of all, we're going to create that pocket. But I'm actually thinking straight away that we have these dies in. I love this one. It's such a gorgeous design. So I think this would look quite nice with popping into there. So it's like the bee will come out of the side here.
Nice.
Yes, so I think that's going to be good. So I just need to do that a little bit more. And then we can cut out. That will give me enough. I'm going to turn that upside down and just leave that over there. And then I think just for this first part of the demo, we'll cut this die and show you how beautiful this is. Now, with this die, it is not a cutting out die, it cuts in. So right around this edge, it doesn't cut out. So what I need to do is cut this into my cardstock. Now, because I've used brown, I think I'm going to continue to use the brown, so we have that in the corner. So let's bring in my pad again. And we're going to grab another sheet out of there. And then we will cut that. But what I am going to do to start with, before I do this, I'm going to hold it down, Joe, and I'm going to actually use my craft knife to go around the edges. Now, you could use your pen and draw around the edges and then cut it out. But I'm actually just going to go in, make sure that it's gone right through. And then I'm going to just, because I'm cutting my knife blade onto glass, it's gliding around those edges. So just taking it and butting it up against there. I'm going to turn it so that will be easier. Find that space again. Cutting it round. And then bringing it round just to where that will cut out. Now, have we cut? I thought I'd done it, Joe, and I haven't, but it's fine because we'll just pop that back in. I'm going to turn that round actually, and then not even that much to go there, but just that small part there. There we go. So that's cut that out, which means, and don't worry about these edges because we do have things such as a paper crimper. And I think what we'll do is rough the edges up, but I'm going to do that after I've die cut it.
Okie doke. Loads of people tuning in saying hi today. Jean Marie is in Powys in Wales. Caroline's in Edinburgh. I can see Sherry is here from East Tennessee as well. Patty in Michigan. Clarice in South Carolina. There's lots of people talking about this this great range and how they've already got their hands on it, which is why we put these masterclasses together. We want to inspire you to use the products that you already have. Susie T is full of love today. She says, Joe, I'm so happy to see you. I've missed you. 4 days is too much. I missed you as well, Susie T. Mary Pat saying, good morning, everyone from sunny Montana. Yay, Joe and Debbie are back together. Really looking forward to this. Gilmore saying, thank you for this scrapbook demo. Trisha's saying she's really excited for this. She needs to get busy with scrapbook pages. Well, I'm hoping we'll get you busy after this show, Trisha. If you've got any questions or comments from me, you can get them into me very easily. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, Joe, is if anybody's got any ideas about what they've done with theirs as a scrapbook page, let me know, because we can try it on our scrapbook page right here in the studio as we go along.
Do you know, bees do a little dance to each other to tell each other where food was, we learnt in the earlier show. I posted a little video. This is the wiggle dance. They do a little wiggle dance. They basically like waggle their bums at each other and then like around their honeycomb to tell each other where food is, like 6 kilometres away. It's quite remarkable. I've posted a video on my Facebook page. Don't go and look at it yet.
What, of you or of the bees?
Not of me, of actual bees doing it. Maybe we could recreate it after the show and pop it on there.
Why not?
We could learn it.
Why not?
I've got some bee outfits. But the other thing I learned is that bees have 2 pairs of wings, Debbie. But when they fly, they hook them together, which is why they always look like they've got 1 pair of wings.
Oh.
But actually, when they're like chilling out, you know, having a bit of downtime, a bit of R&R, they just unclip their wings.
Wow.
I know.
I never knew.
Amazing,
that.
eh?
I need to dig it out. Oh my goodness, I need to do that. Oh, so on my 18th birthday, I had a fancy dress party.
Did you go as a bee?
And I went as a bumblebee.
Wow. Did you have a theme for your fancy dress party?
Did I what, sorry?
Was there a theme for the fancy dress party?
No, just fancy dress. Yeah, my mum was a snowflake in the middle of June.
Wow.
My uncle was a gorilla. I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, we had jockeys there and yeah, all sorts.
I love a fancy dress. I haven't been to a fancy dress party for years.
No, me neither. I was trying to think of the last one.
You know when they say, oh, it's a fancy dress party, but you have to come dressed as something with the letter Q or something like that. I think, oh gosh, that's a lot of effort. But no, I do love a bit of dress ups. Laura says, I love this set, especially being a Manchester girl. I would call myself, well, I'm not really from there, but I live there now. Whereabouts in Manchester are you from, Laura? I'd love to know, because we've talked about this a lot when we've done these shows, Debbie, haven't we? The bee is the emblem of the city of Manchester, so it's like everywhere. It's on the bins. It's like, it's everywhere. There's loads of art around with it on. It really is amazing. Rebecca says, Joe, I think you should demonstrate these dances. I did. That's about as good as it gets. They sort of do that, and then they turn around the other way, and they give it a bit of that.
Oh, it's just reminded me of you actually do look like the bee in the Bee movie.
The bee in the Bee movie?
The Bee movie. You've seen the Bee movie, and the bee literally does that. It dances and sort of twerks. Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as say it was twerking.
Yeah,
my osteopath,
you wasn't seeing what we were seeing.
My osteopath would not be happy to learn that I've been twerking on air. Charmaine says, I never got this set, Joe. Now that I've seen the beautiful cardstock, I think I want it. Well, it's not too late if you want it. It's available right now over on the website. And it is a beautiful collection. I know we talked about it a lot. There was a lot of buzz about this collection before it launched, Debbie.
And my name in Latin means Queen Bee, Joe.
Does it?
Well. Yes, Deborah means Queen Bee.
Wowzers.
I know.
Every day's a school day.
Fun facts, absolutely. Right, so that's our first piece done. I am going to cut that out as well because I want that to actually look like a bee. So I think as we go through, we need to make that another bee. So what I am going to do is put this through before we stick that on. So let's pop him in and see which way round we want him. So there we go. We'll have that just coming out of there. Absolutely lovely. So let's put that down. I don't know why I said it in that tone then. Yeah, lovely.
Not quite sure. I liked it though.
So I'm going to put a bit more on because I know that it's a coated cardstock now and that would have come off a little bit too easy. So let's put extra tape on there and then we can mount that on top of that brown, which is stunning. That cardstock, and it seems a little bit of a shame to be hiding it all because it really is gorgeous pearlized cardstock. So we've got all of that into place and we've created that beautiful lay down. And all I'm going to do, Joe, we're going to pop this on here.
Lots of people going for this today. Terry says, I just bought the entire set. It's fantastic. Christine letting me know that she owns the whole collection as well. There's a lot of full... Oh, was that an earring?
Well, that's the second thing. So I do have to tell you that I dropped something on my foot at the beginning of the show.
No, what you dropped now?
That's my ink pads all over
They say
the
they come in threes, Debbie, so please be careful over there.
Absolutely.
Lots of you still chatting away.
Dyed the floor.
Oh no, no. Yes, she's not harmed. No Debbies have been harmed in the making of this masterclass thus far. Definitely get yourself over to the website. It's getting very busy on that main collection now. A lot of you going for this. I think a lot of you thought about it when you saw it, now making your mind up. Whilst we've still got such a comprehensive collection available, remember as well, make sure you take advantage of your Club Inspire discount as well.
Right, so we've stuck all that one down, Joe, and now I'm just going to think about what else I want to put on there, because I want to now create some different frames so I've got space to actually be able to put my photographs.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to recap the ways in which you can get hold of this collection. So there's a few different options for you when it comes to getting. We'll start with the beautiful stamp and die collection, which is this one just over here. So what you're going to get in there, of course, firstly, is the Bumbling in the Flowers, which is that lovely cut-in creator card that you've just seen Debbie using right there. So you're going to get that one firstly. You're going to get another creator card in here, and it's the Sweet as Honeycomb that you can see just here. A really beautiful die, that one. If you loved a paper piece, it's crying out for that. Maybe flood some of that with your glossy highlights. I think would look amazing too. We've also got this one here, which is the Be Happy. Now this is a kind of like a cut-in die, but on an edgeable sort of feel, so you can cut it away and create your own edgeable there if you would like to do that. We're then going to move into some of the stamps and dies that you get here in this collection as well. So this one here is your Bee Bloom. So what you get is that gorgeous big stamp with the floral elements. You've got some embellishments in here, you've also got some sentiments in there too. Use the stamp on its own, use your colouring mediums, or cut it out as well. A lot of these elements here can be decoupage too, which would look really, really stunning. The next one we've got just here for you is the Honeybee, which is beautiful. I love the fact that all the bees, embellishing bees, are all in a different style, which is excellent. So you've got the honey jar there, or pot. You've got that. Did we come up with a name for the spoon that's there? Is it called just a honey spoon? Is that what it's called?
No, it's called was it a rod? No, not a rod. Honey. Oh, I can't remember again, Joe.
A dipper.
Dipper.
The honey dipper. There we are. That's what we've got. Then you're also going to receive this in here, the Bee Hive with the apiary, I believe they're called. You've got the poppies in there, the little schmetterlings, and you've got the floral elements in there too. That's coming in the main collection for you, but if you want to get those elements on their own, they are also available for you. I'll just quickly give you the details there. That's the stamp and die collection that we've just had a look at there. There's the details for you on your screen. We now have a stamping and embossing selection for you as well. Now, within here, what you're going to get is the Bee-Youtiful sentiments, and these are all perfect to coordinate with the collection itself. So you've got Bee-Youtiful, Be Happy, Sweet as Honey, You're the Bee's Knees, Be Nice, Be Honest, Be Happy, Be You. Love those sentiments there. We've then also got Build a Bee, which is this one, some layering stamps in here. So play around with your different coloured ink pads, your different styles and finishes of ink pads. Maybe get some heat embossing on the go in there as well. It's going to look beautiful. You've then got your cut and emboss folder in here, which is Bees in the Nature. Some really gorgeous detailing there around that aperture in the centre. And then you've got this one here, this lovely sort of slim embossing folder. This is great for doing things like decorating the ends of your diorama cards. If you love to use your Z-fold concepts, you're going to absolutely love using it within there too. Then we've got the paper pads as well. I'm going to go rogue here, George. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to pick this one up and have a flick through. Oh, it's a feat of engineering back here. Honestly, if you could have a little look. One breath in the wrong direction, this whole thing's going to be gone. George holds his breath every time I get near it. We've got the lovely George and Georgina in the gallery today. So you can see here, here's your paper pad, double-sided, which is great, 180 GSM, so a really lovely weight to use with your scrapbooks and your backgrounds. Definitely elements in here that you're going to want to fussy cut out and decoupage, and you can really cut these down. Wonderful to have those frames in there, all in those lovely, gorgeous, warm tones as well, which is fantastic. So that's your pattern papers. Then we've also got as well the pearlescent papers in there too. Double-sided here, which is great. A white course, if you want to emboss it and sand it back, you can. I absolutely love It's not quite, is it a black? Is it a midnight blue? Who knows? Kind of somewhere in between the two. It's a gorgeous colour there though for you. $22.38, $31.92 if you want to get the 12 by 12s on their own, or if you want the best value, which I believe you do, and you want to get everything that I've just shared with you, you can get it all together very simply in just one click, and you're going to get the best value there as well. Now there's some other things I'd like to share with you that are in the show for you. We've got a brilliant Centura Pearl collection that we put together to match beautifully with this collection. So great that you've got your paper pads in there, but if you want to stretch that out even further and add more complementary colours, this is the one for you. 5 packs here. You've got 50 sheets in total within there, which is brilliant. You're going to get the mint, the solar gold, you're going to get the platinum, the baby blue, and the dark chocolate in there as well. There's some water reactive ink pads that have been put together to go with this collection beautifully too. And in here you're going to get baby blue, frosty jade, grasshopper, honey pot, jet black, lemon tonic, midnight, misty morning, sandstorm, and also seal brown. So lovely to have a selection that's going to work perfectly, and you know you've got everything you need to get going. The album spines, now these make great memory books, and I think you could decorate these up beautifully with this Bee-Youtiful collection. This one here will work through your original size Gemini. You'll get the spines itself plus the edges as well in there. $31.99 or $36.76 for platinum members. The 10-inch one is this one here. You will need to have your Gemini Pro if you want to use this larger size, but it really is awesome. You can use that one there. Again, you're going to get the spine itself and the 3 different edge styles. If you want something a little bit on the smaller side, then we've got this here. It's the album spine with the 3 elements, makes the 5-inch style there for you. £17, $27 if you want to get that one. Right, Joe, is there a seal in this collection? If so, keep it away, as that will be Debbie's 3rd design. What's the 3rd? Oh, I see. You know, I was saying they come in 3s, Debbie. There is a couple of wax seals on the show, but Debbie's told me under no circumstances. Joe, I've found myself singing, oh no, 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 all the time. You and me both, Cheryl, you and me both. Pam says, you are a queen bee, Debbie. My name means honey. Oh, Pam means honey, there you go. I'm not sure if Connie's being completely serious here. She says, Joe has the grace of a dancer. Most people love to dance, even if the dance doesn't like the dancer. But with Joe, moves and dance, love Joe back.
He's got a groove.
Not sure how accurate that is. I think you might be looking through slightly rose-tinted glasses there, Connie, but I'll take the compliment all the same. And Deborah's saying, have had loads of fun with my bee items. The paper pads are wonderful. They really are. A lot of you coming back now and stocking up on that paper pad bundle whilst we have it available. Right, what would you like to share with us next, Debbie?
So I've just been busy like a bee, putting our stamps on here. Let me pop that into place. I've used the 2 bees on the flower, and I've also put the, which one is this one called? Let's find it. I've got this and no packaging, Joe. What have I done with the packaging? There it is. So we're using the honeybee, and that's got the honeybee pots in it, plus all the dies. So I've just loaded my plates with those, and we're going to stamp. Now, because I'm using alcohol markers, I'm going to bring in my alcohol proof. So let me find my flagstone, because that's always my favourite. And we're going to stamp with those. Actually, I'm thinking we should really stamp with, but that's if we've got one. Let me have a look. I know it's one I never use, Joe, but we do a rustic brown.
Okay.
But I can't see it at hand. Nope. So we're going to stick to the flagstone. So turn those round and then just ink them up. And because I've got the stamping platform, it means that I can stamp them all in one go. And even if they don't stamp brilliantly first time, I can then go in and re-stamp them. So pop those down. Oh, one of my honeybees are stuck on there. I don't know where that's, why that didn't stick down, unless I just stuck it on the wrong place. I'm going to stick it back in, Joe, because we do need that to be stuck again. So let me pick those up. We will get this right. That's it.
And that's the great thing with this platform, isn't it? You can go back in if you do make a mistake, you know, stamp slips or something along those lines happens, and you can go back in and grab it. I'm not sure if it's in stock at the moment, the 8x8 platform, the magnetic base. We'll have a little look for you.
are. Apologies for that. Most people know it's my favourite. It's my go-to that I go to all the time.
Jan was saying it's now her #1 tool in the craft room. It's one thing she couldn't live without.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, me too. I totally agree. I think it's amazing. Just going to stamp that one's wings there. It just hasn't come out on the end. There we go. We've got that on
awesome.
there. Ooh!
In stock with 20% off of
oh
the
my
stamping
goodness,
platform.
that's
Pop over
amazing.
to the website, you'll find it over there. So do grab that if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 20% off. That's a bargain. Absolute bargain. Right, let's do some colouring, Joe. So I'm going to grab myself some paper to colour onto. Just find a piece that's already been cut. And we're going to start with our honey pot. So let's bring in, let's go for quite a dark colour here. So I've got, this is our tan brown. So what I love about this, and especially with our tri-pens, you can colour really quickly. So I'm going to lay down the lightest colour, putting the most amount of alcohol ink down, because that's the one that's going to blend beautifully. And I am doing this quite quickly, otherwise I'd be spending my whole time colouring. Because literally, I have got some bits that are from demos, but I just wanted to show how easy it would be to put one together by doing it from scratch. And because we had 2 hours to spare, we just thought it'd be quite nice, Joe, didn't we, to just have a bit of a master craft along.
Yeah, it is lovely to see something come along in real time as well. Which is lovely, and also it just shows, you know, everyone at home the full steps as well. Deborah, also then a queen bee, there we go.
Yeah.
So Joe, I'm thinking of using this collection for an album scrapbook for all my 60th birthday cards and photos, plus the bee connection with the name Deborah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Another Deborah has said as well how much fun she's having with all of those bee items. Remember, if you've been crafting, yeah. I know, right?
Oh, behave.
You behave. This is, you're going to be beside yourself. This is going to look so beautiful. You're just unbelievable, Debbie, you really are. If you've been creating with this and you can get your pictures into me, I'd love to see what you've been creating. You can send them to me by emailing to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Details there along the bottom of your screen. We'd love to see all of the makes, all of the Bee-Youtiful makes that you've made using this particular collection.
Yeah, it certainly is amazing, isn't it? So just blending all of those in, that will start to all evaporate and create our gorgeous image. And then I'm just going to leave this one to be a little bit lighter. Let's put some of the dark one inside the jar. And then we're going to use our green to get our leaves done. So it's nice when you're scrapbooking to have all those extra elements. Even if you're not going to use them, it's nice to have them prepared and ready to do. And I think that's what this collection really lends itself for. You'll be able to have all these different pieces to create, to use as your toppers. And let's use a nice yellow on that one, just to do our flowers. So we're keeping in all that colour. I need to find some yellow flowers, don't I, for my granddaughters to stand by to take those pictures.
Awesome, nice. There's lots of lovely sunflowers around at the moment.
Yes, yeah. In fact, I'm going to do these a little bit brighter, bring in my brighter yellow. So we'll have a bit more brighter.
Lots of elements in this collection that you'll be able to use away from it as well, I think. You know, that vase, for instance, there, the floral elements on the stamps. Whilst it all works cohesively as a collection with the bees, there's definitely elements that you're going to be able to take away and get a lot of craftability out of. Clarice is saying, I've never scrapbooked, but now that I have grandbabies, Debbie has given me lots of inspiration. Yeah, that's what these shows are all about.
Exactly, yeah. I love doing it with my granddaughters. They absolutely love seeing themselves in pictures, and it's just such a nice keepsake. So I'm just doing this in a brown, our little I've forgotten it already, Joe. What is it called?
It's a dipper.
Honey dipper. So just colouring that in, and then we've obviously got our gorgeous honey on there.
There's something quite what's the right word? There's something quite nostalgic about a lot of imagery in this, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Makes me think of just being a kid. I don't know why.
Yeah,
and
it is
also
so
sort of
nice.
lovely memories of it's very summery, isn't it? I think that's the other thing that's great about it.
Yeah, totally. So the bees are perfect because we can just colour them in literally, because you've already got the black on them, so we can just colour over that with our sort of orangey colours. This one is gold, yellow, brown.
And I guess there's so much detail in those stamps already that you don't need to add too much to them.
No, not at all. Not at all. They actually scream for a bee. They are a bee, aren't they? You don't need to worry about the wings or anything. Although I'm going to colour my wings. Let's see if we've got a grey. Yes, got a grey. I am going to do them a bit of a grey. And actually, we've got some sparkle pens on as well, Joe. So I'm going to bring in my clear sparkle because I think they need a little bit of sparkle.
Who doesn't need a bit of sparkle in life? We've got some
Absolutely.
great sparkle pens for you on the show as well. Head over to the website, hit that shop the show button and you'll see them over there. Is the new configurations that we've got on this show for you. I'll show them to you in more detail a little later in the show.
Yeah, and if you go for those sparkle ones, especially the clear sparkle pens, I'm just going to grab mine now. If you go for your clear sparkle, you will absolutely be able to go over all your alcohol colouring. So just give them a shake them to wake them. And then we will colour the tops of their wings in. So I'm going to make their wings all sparkly. And it won't do anything to make your image bleed or anything else. Let's have some sparkly honey as well. So all of this is going to just add interest to your page. And then we can cut them out. So just add in that sparkle on. And then we've got one more to do with our other honey. So let's use our pens here. Do this a different colour.
What are they called, these?
Is it a
It's not a
sket?
hive. It's a what?
A sket.
A sket.
Is it a sket? Have I said that right?
I don't know. I'm sure.
I think it's called a sket. They are they're illegal now, Joe.
Ah, these were like something that were man-made in order
Yes.
to keep bees in. I see.
Yeah, and they had to be destroyed to get into them.
Okay.
So they ended up being, and I think they're called a sket or a sket. I can't really remember.
So
Probably got that
we
totally
discovered in the
wrong.
earlier show that not all bees live in hives, you know.
No,
Some
not
bees
at all.
live on their own. And then you also have masonry bees. Have you heard about these?
Well,
and that reminded me because I had some in my wall in an old house that I lived in, yeah. And they basically find holes in your brickwork and they fly in, they nest like in the cavity between your walls. And I had them in, I used to live in this old thatch bungalow, an old thatch barn conversion when I lived in Peterborough. And yeah, we had a problem with the wasps living in the wall.
Oh.
I know, I had wasps in my wall.
But there's, in fact, there's quite an incredible
Not wasps,
amount
what
of
am I talking about?
bees. I
Bees.
thought you meant bees.
Bees,
Joe.
sorry,
I did
Debbie.
think it's all right, I thought you meant bees. So, yeah, I can't even remember the amount, but it's a ridiculous amount of bees, how many different types of bees there are.
Oh, over 250 apparently, just in the UK.
Yeah, no, but I think it went into a ridiculous amount of thousands of different families and what different types of bees.
Yeah, absolutely there are. And bees have to travel collectively over, we found out this earlier, we had bee facts in the wake-up call, over 55,000 miles they have to fly to just make half a kilo of honey.
Wow.
That's a lot of effort, isn't it?
That is a lot of effort. They're hard working though, that's why they're
really
called
are.
worker bees, aren't they? They're worker bees. Which was the other one we used? This one, Joe. So let's get the bee ones from here.
Kay Rastad is asking, how would glossy highlights look on the wings? I just got my glossy highlights and I love using them.
Oh yes, they would look absolutely beautiful, wouldn't they?
Really would.
When we've put it together, we can then use that on them. So for me, I always recommend that you either put your glossy highlights down. So, stick your project down. I can't work out which way. Oh, that is that one, Joe. Look. Get it together, Debbie. There we go. Yeah, because what glossy highlights do, when you put them on, when it dries, it shrinks that little bit and tightens. So if you've got a flat image, it will curl the image up. So always have it stuck down first, and then put your glossy highlights on. Then it doesn't distort your image at all because it's stuck down.
That's a top tip there, Debbie.
Yes. Right. So I'm going to bring my tape in. Let's grab my load of tape. If I can get it out my little holder. Always goes down when you want to use it.
Leanne saying, love this collection, so many possibilities. There really is. I think it is one of your favourite Nature's Garden product ranges that we've launched in recent times. We've had some incredible launches just recently. This one has been ever so popular. Do keep sending your pictures in as well. We'd love to see what you've been making with your collection. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those pictures into. We'll try and show some of those shortly for you. Yeah, any questions or comments you've got though, obviously keep getting them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Remember, there's another fantastic show coming up as well later today, 7 p.m. here in the UK, which is 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. West Coast time, and that'll be myself and Craig back with you for an incredible launch party featuring 'Twas the Night, which is still available in the big collection but only hanging on by a thread. We'll have to wait and see if it actually makes it to the show a little later, but join in. We'll also be featuring the brand new Year of Crafts box for you too, so you'll definitely want to check that out as well. Love that you've got the die there for the sentiment as well as for the imagery on this one, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I'm just checking because, it is the only die there, so it must be for that one. It looked a little bit different, so it looked like it was a different sentiment. So I'm just double checking that I've got the right sentiment on here. Yeah, I think it is the one. We will soon see if it doesn't cut it out properly. So, because there are two sentiments on there. So it looks like on there. There we go. And then we can run that through.
Cecilia says she's been using her glossy highlighters on absolutely everything.
Yep.
You really will. They give you such a great finish, don't they? Which is great. I know they are out of stock at the moment. We'll do our best. We are doing our best to try and get them back in as quickly as we possibly can. I know thousands and thousands of you, of course, already own them because we did sell so... We thought we had enough stock to last forever. And then we had a little sneaky additional amount of stock we popped on has also gone now as well. So congratulations if you did get your hands on them. We will be getting them back really, really soon. In a few minutes I'm going to run back through the collection, everything that you get in here as well. So if you have just joined us, I will take you through it again very shortly.
So here we go, Joe. I'm just going to pop these out and we're just going to take a break to tidy this up. But you can see now we've got all our little embellishments ready for our scrapbook page. So if I bring that colour on, you'll see it doesn't matter what you use, these will all complement your pages. Nice to have the border around as well. I'm guessing if you wanted to take that away, you could do with a pair of scissors if you wanted to, Debbie. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I quite like the border, but the other thing that you can do is you can ink it as well, Joe. So if you want to darken it a little bit, just use your ink pads and go around the edges. Yeah, I think I've got that the wrong way round. That's sweet and nice. I think I've done the wrong way round, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I've done all these embellishment, Joe, and really in what, about 10, 15 minutes, so not long at all. So we've got all these little bits. I also want to do some florals because I want to put some florals round this frame to finish it off as well. And then we're going to make some frames that we can slot our photos into. Okay, and there we go. Sounds great. Stephen Lee Guy, you've sent us an email. You haven't attached a picture to it. We've all done that, haven't we, Debbie? Forgot to attach the attachment. All the time. Forever doing it, honestly, all the time. Don't you worry about that. So, Stephen, if you could resend it again and attach the image, that would be amazing. Thank you. We'll share some of those pictures with you very, very shortly. Let me take you back through this collection then and everything that you are getting in here. It is a Bee-Youtiful collection because that is exactly what it is. Let me take you back through what you're getting. So in here, first up, you've got the die cutting and stamping collection. This is one of the first smaller bundles for you. This is great because we've given you a credit card, but Leanne and the team made this round because you can really play around with your positioning on that. Also, think about double cutting it, triple cutting it, but cutting certain elements away. So you can actually make a bit of a tunnel card with this if you wanted to. The next one I've got for you here, this is a fantastic creator card, brilliant if you love to paper piece. Again, one that's got really wonderful snippability if you do want to remove certain elements. Then you've got the Be Happy. Now this is a really awesome shape die. It's kind of like a edgeable, but it does have that edge which takes the whole thing away for you. So we'll give you a slightly different look and feel. Next here you've got the Bee Blooms. Now the Bee Blooms,
you're going to get that beautiful, really lovely big floral stamp there, some embellishing elements which you could decoupage up, and you've got 3 sentiments. So we've really crammed as much as we can into there, and then given you the dies which can enable you to cut that all the way out if you should want to. This one here is the honeybee, so you've got that beautiful jar in there. I really love this embellishing stamp here. I think you're going to get loads of use out of that. Would look beautiful heat embossed if you wanted to use it in that way. This one here is the apiary. You've also got floral elements in there, butterflies, poppy seed heads as well. So again, play around with this. Again, this is something that you could absolutely use with or away from that big collection. So this one here is the first of the smaller collection. So it's the Bee-Youtiful stamp and die collection. So if you want to go for that on its own, absolutely you can. Now, details are there on your screen. The next one I've got for you is your stamp and embossing collection. In here, you're going to get the Bee-Youtiful sentiments. All of these been put together specifically to go with this collection. So you've got Bee-Youtiful, just because, home, what does that one say? Home is where your honey is. Absolutely is. I love this one here as well with the bee and then kind underneath. This one here is your builder bee that you can see. So you've got the body and the wings separated there, so you can really play around with the layers. Love the fact that you've got the vines in there too. Then you've got here your cut and emboss folder. So lots of beautiful detailing, which is all pulled through and into the paper pad for you. So you know you've got something awesome. And then you've got your bees and flowers in here as well. Really gorgeous collection just there. Really affordable option this for you if you just wanted to get those stamps and embossing elements. $21.56 or $34.24 if you wanted to go for those. Next up, you've got the paper pads here. I'm just going to pluck it away very quickly for you. And in there, what you've got is a beautiful pad full of 48 pages, double-sided, full of beautiful imagery. And this imagery, of course, all pulls through into the stamps and dies in the main collection. I love that it's a little darker in tone, but it's so warm. Lots of warm browns and yellows all the way through there. Lots of elements that you're going to be able to cut down as well and use as their individual sections. I am going to show you the board on the other one because I have a feeling I'm going to knock it over. But in here, what you're going to get then is your pearlescent cardstock. It's double-sided this as well, and you've got it in these awesome colours. You've got that wonderful brown there, loving that. Beautiful green. We've got that really warm honey yellow. We've got that almost sort of pale gold yellow, and then that beautiful cream within there too. A really wonderful collection of papers in there. So details there to get both of the paper pads together. $22.38 or $31.92. A great collection to go for if you are just looking to stock up on those paper elements. Do you want the best value though? And if you do, then that comes by getting the whole collection. As you can see here, it's under £100. It's $140. If you are a platinum member, that goes down to under £80, just over $110 there. So really great value whether you're going for a smaller collection or you're going to get that large bundle. It's completely up to you how you want to get a hold of that. Right, I want to show you as well, share with you the details of the A4 Century Pearl collection we've got. It's really going to help you actually extend, I think, the pearlescent card pad that you've got, because these are colours that are all complementary to the collection. So you're going to get in the mint, you're going to get it in that beautiful gold. You get 10 sheets of each of this. You've then got the platinum here as well. Gorgeous. You've got the baby blue in there. Really lovely. If you've not used Century Pearl, it really has this gorgeous pearlescence. It's 310 GSM as well. So really good all-round weight. And then you've got that beautiful dark chocolate within there as well. A really, really beautiful collection there for you. Let me, if I don't put this back properly now, I'm going to get myself in a right kerfuffle. There we go. Now, ink pads. We've put together a wonderful ink pad collection, which is designed to complement the collection itself beautifully, including the Centura papers and all of the 12 by 12 pads. And in here, you're going to get baby blue. You're also going to receive Frosty Jade. You have got Grasshopper, Honey Pot. You're going to get the Jet Black, the Lemon Tonic, the Midnight, the Misty Morning, the Sandstorm, and the Seal Brown. So they are the 10 pieces you'll get in there. Platinum pricing is amazing there. What they work out, £3.19 or $4.48 per ink pad for platinum members, which is incredible value for money. Lots of you have got very full baskets over on the web. So what I want to do with you, share, give you an opportunity to check out before we go back to Debbie's fabulous demonstrations. Here's all the details on how you can shop and also our shipping terms to the US.
had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Very, very busy during this masterclass. I know a lot of you already own this amazing Bee-Youtiful collection. Lots of you going for it now. A lot of you sharing and sending in your pictures as well. We'll share some of those very shortly with you. Sandy says, I have great news today. It leads to me the nursing home, who I make cards for the patients, has invited me to a volunteer lunch today. The lady said it's not much, but she doesn't know how the littlest appreciation means to me. It's knowing the patients like my cards and look forward to opening them. They love mail. How sweet is that? So lovely, Sandy. Do let us know how you get on. Kathy says, so I love that pearlescent card type. I'm having trouble bringing myself to cut into it. Great excuse to get another one, I would say. Stephen says, I resent it, lol. I realised as soon as I pressed send that the picture wasn't attached. How many times do we do that? And then you try and recall the email, don't you, in the hope that they haven't seen it. And it turns out 9 times out of 10, they absolutely have seen it. We will share some of those with you. Lots of you sending them in. Sherry loving this collection as well. So do make sure you grab it over on the website. Jen's got a question for you, Debbie.
Oh,
she says,
yes.
is it worth putting glue on the foam pads to make them adhere longer or better? I seem to have seen lots of different people saying different things about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done that plenty of times in the past. In fact, I have to be honest, I don't do it on demos here because it would take more time, but I absolutely do it at home. If I'm giving a card to somebody, I always put extra glue on them. And it's not because the foam pads aren't good. What it is because heat and air and everything else can get into the foam pads, and it just makes them less tackier. And foam pads don't go down like a red liner tape or your tape pens. So yeah, absolutely. If you want them to last a lot longer, then put your glue onto them.
Awesome. Great top tip there for you. Any other questions you've got or comments, please keep getting them into me. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. So please do keep getting them in. Right, what would you like to share with us next, Debbie?
So what I've been doing, just to save a bit of time, while Joe has been talking and while you've been seeing the videos, I've just been stamping, cutting out and colouring some of the flowers. So this one I've just done. I've just used my tri-blends on here and created our flower, and then I'm just cutting out some little embellishments now. I love all these because these are the ones that are going to really add to all your photos when you put them in. They're the ones that are going to just look gorgeous, that you can add that extra volume to your cards and extra interest. And all I'm doing is I've stamped these ones out. and I'm running through my Gemini Mini, because most of these dies, in fact, apart from the bigger dies, all the ones with the dies and stamps will go through your Gemini Mini. So extra quick that you can cut them out. And then I've got one more to do here, which is, let me just pop that one back on and try not to lose any of the dies. And our last one was there. So we're going to just pop that in and trim that out. And then we're going to start using some of the bigger dies and embossing folders and stuff to show you how you can use them in a scrapbook way.
Great to use these through the Mini as well.
Yeah, so much so. It's just one of those machines that you grab hold of whenever you see a small die. You completely get into the habit of using your Mini, Joe. It's one of those machines, because it's so grabbable and so at hand, you've got them there. So I'm just going to quickly give these a colour in, and I am going to be super quick. Just to give them a bit of colour. So let me get these, we've got our little poppy pods. I don't know what they're called, but I'm assuming I always call them poppy pods, but I'm not sure.
Are they called poppy seed heads?
Is that what they are?
I don't know. In my head, that's what they're called, but we all know that things in my head and what things are really called are usually two very different things, aren't they?
Ah, well, I'm going to do them a different colour anyway, because I haven't got my red pen to hand, so I'm just going to do the ones that I've got in here. Although we could have perhaps done the tips this colour and then them in green, but I think we'll just do them in the green. Oh, crash. So pop in, oh, used quite a dark green there, but that will come through in a second. And then going really thinly on there. Yeah, I've always called them a poppy pod. I should know more about poppies, as my daughter's called a poppy. Well, not a poppy, she's just called Poppy.
You don't call her a poppy? Hey, a poppy, how are you?
She gets called all sorts. Popalina.
Popalina?
Pops, yeah, pop. Yeah, all sorts of things. Popsicle.
Popsicle. Wow, that's cute.
So let's do these ones. And just do the stem. I do love the tri-blend, that we can be really quick with them. So just our leaves.
These are the brushes you're using here. I'm guessing that the standard ones would work in just the same way here, would they, Debbie?
I'm using both, Joe. Look,
I have
both. Yeah, I literally.
Oh, look at you cross-pollinating.
Yeah, I am
cross-pollinating. See?
Cross-pollinating.
I'm here a week. Well, till Friday anyway.
Yeah, and just whichever colours that we've got, I'm just using them on whichever ones were at hand. So just putting on our leaves. And I do love the I mean, you can use any of your alcohol markers. The tri-blends for me are the ones that are just super, super quick. And we can just put them on. I'm not even worrying where I'm following those lines, just making sure that we're coming up and then creating that green. And then I've got no other colours. Oh, there we go. We've got a coral. Let's use a coral one here.
You say coral with an American accent.
Coral?
Coral.
Coral. Coral.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't say it in an American accent, do I?
You say it in a sort of quite an American way. Coral.
Oh yeah, coral. Some people say coral. I say coral.
Coral.
Yeah, coral.
I like it. Cecilia saying the Mini is so convenient. It sits on top of my Big Daddy Gemini. I use it all the time. Kathy agrees with you, says love my Mini. I can keep it in our trailer at camp. I have the Midi here too, and it's perfect to travel with. Absolutely. If you craft on the go, it's a real essential. Gita saying, can anyone tell me if the white border around the die cuts is a bit sharp? What colour ink would you recommend to soften it? Great question.
Ah, yeah, really good question. No, it's not sharp, not at all. And I would blend it with what either colour you've got going on in your colours that you're colouring with, or in your background pictures. So what I recommend for these, I think we'll do it, Joe, so then we can show it. I would use something like just a light green.
Okay.
You could use a light green, a light beige. Our sandstorm would be a good one as well to use. Or you could just have a bit of a yellow border going on, which would look just as nice. So, and you can see, I mean, if I had more time, I would be colouring these in a much better way, we would be adding some shading, but I'm just going straight in with the darkest colour just so we can get this page done, because we also want to show you some other things throughout the show. So, and how quick was that, Joe? I mean, look at that. In probably about maybe 20-25 minutes, we've actually coloured in all our embellishments for our scrapbooking page. So
how
we've
awesome.
got all those to use, which is amazing, and it just shows how usable this kit is. But let's get on now to actually finishing this. So what I do want to do is start making some borders. I'm going to bring in my embossing folder. Not sure if I want to use it, but I want to show you how amazing this would look to use with your pictures, because it's a great one to use. And I'm going to actually use a letterpress technique in this. So I'm going to let's bring in the grasshopper, and also I'm going to use that on the edges of these to show how we can blend. So actually, let's see if we bring in a lighter one, Joe. We've got the Spring Meadow. This is a great colour to use. So just bringing in my daubers. Now you can, if you haven't got ink daubers, please don't worry. You can use whatever you've got a hand that you use your inks with. What I would do to get this ending, you could either hold it and flick that colour around the edges, which will give you just a nice shadow. And you see that creates a really beautiful blend.
Yeah,
and
just
it really
softens it slightly, doesn't it?
It really softens it. Or you could come in from your glass mat, and then that will cover your white if you want that to be covered. So we'll do that on this one. Yeah, and it really does soften those edges. But what's great about white is you just tie it in with other elements of white in your paper. If you haven't got so much white, then obviously, so you can see we've got almost that beautiful glow
really nice.
going around there. So that's how you would do that.
I know Craig likes to use something like the sort of ice grey pen as well, doesn't he? He really loves to outline his
Yeah,
stamps
having
with
an
that.
outline pen. Yeah, a lot of people do that as well. Yes, that is one of the things Craig does. So we can use this directly to our embossing folder. So I'm just going to put my pad on and rub that over. Now you can see that this inside bit will take the dye as well, but it will wash off. It's not going to affect your folder at all. So I'm going to put that all the way over, but once it's on, I'm then, Joe, going to get myself a piece of kitchen towel and we're going to just wipe that away. Now we're not wiping it completely off because it's ink, but what I am doing is just smoothing the outside edge. And then we're going to pop our paper
So what would happen if we
inside.
didn't do that then, Debbie? We'd get almost too much ink on there.
Well, it wouldn't be too bad, but what would happen is you would find you'll get like lines where it's not smoothed over.
Okay.
And sometimes it just doesn't look as pretty as when you smooth it over. So, oh, that's not the right lid, that's the right one. I'm just going to move my ink off of there, and then we will run that through. So with a 3D embossing folder, you need your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and your top plate or bottom plate, and we're going to run that through. I have got my Gemini at hand, but I'm using my Gemini Junior folders, so that will run through no problem whatsoever. What I normally do, I've just realised it's a cut and emboss folder, so I'm just going to check. I think we've gone through. I'm going to go through again this time, Joe, but what I'm going to do is use my metal shim, because you know what, Joe, that's why. I've just realised what I've done. They're all shouting at me out there.
What have you done?
Well, it's not a 3D embossing folder, is it?
Oh, okay, so 2D.
It's a normal cut and emboss folder, so I need I thought it went through too quietly without hearing it.
That's a good point then. Is that how you know if it just sort of doesn't make it, if it doesn't?
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it made any difference
Yeah.
to the pressure. So I like to use my metal shim, my top cutting plate and my bottom cutting plate, and then run that through. Yeah, it's really strange, isn't it, how you get to know the sound of your machine. So I now know the sound of my machine, and I know something has gone through on there. So this time we will be fine. So as we open that out, look how subtle that is in the background. So we get that beautiful effect, but how gorgeous is that for a photo frame? It just looks utterly stunning. So let's bring in the guillotine and trim that down. So just having that there, cut that down, and I'm going to make sure I cut that quite fully down for when I use. So we're going to take off all those edges to start with. So all those sort of any space around your edges, you're going to just take that away. So we've got our beautiful edge. And then what I'm going to do is bring that same, in fact, we're going to go for a darker ink. So let's go for the grasshopper. And then we can bring in our dauber again. And this time, just put that darker edge to really highlight around. What I like about these folders as well, you can use them any way you want. You can use them landscape or portrait. So it doesn't matter what size your photo is. If you've got a photo that you feel like needs to be portrait, you can use it that way. If landscape, you can use it that way. Look how much that really does pull in that image. And then I'm going to do that on the inside as well. It's almost like a little jungle where you're looking through the trees, isn't it? Like parting the bushes and having a look through. So, which looks beautiful. So that is absolutely stunning. So that's one of the ones that we can use on there. So let's pop that to the side. And then the next thing, last thing I want to show. And then I'm not going to decide yet until I decide where I want to put this. What I do want to do is make this a photo frame. So when we put this on our photo, I either want to be able to slot a different photo in or turn it this way and slot one in from the side. So we're going to put foam pads on it but leave the top open. So depending on which way it goes on, we can leave it open, and then that way, Joe, you can keep changing your photos out when you need to. Or
that's a great idea.
So we've got all those pieces, and then all we're going to do now is create a frame. So I'm going to use that border die. Let me just find it. It's here somewhere. There it is. Pull that one out. This, oh, there's one in there. Look at that. Someone's already cut one out. So this is obviously done in black. I'm going to do mine in brown. In fact, let's do them a different colour. Shall we do it in a green?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do it in a totally different colour because we've got greens and yellows going through there. So we could use, in fact, a nice bright yellow would be quite nice. So let's do that as well. So let's cut these ones out. Oh, got a little buzzy bee that was flying away there, Joe.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. So I'm going to cut two of these out. I think we should get two on one piece. Maybe not. Should have cut a little bit bigger. We might do. Let's see how we get away with it. So pop that to the side. I'm going to cut some more out because I do want to cut more of those because I think we can create a really nice border with those. So let us know if it's when you're scrapbooking you get like me and everything is everywhere and you then become really closed in and you hardly have any space to actually create on. It does. I mean, if we look at sort of this side of things, it's really starting to all...
We just won't look over there, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, look.
You can't see it, it's behind the details.
Oh, that's okay. We can't see that. I can see it and I'm like, oh, it's getting really messy. I'm really tidy. So George is asking if I'm like this when I craft at home. Absolutely. I am such a tidy crafter. I tidy up as I go along. By the end of the day, everything's tidied, put away, packed away.
Debbie Robinson is on holiday at the moment, isn't she? She's spending the time to redo her craft room. Yes. Just excited to see what happens. I mean, I think she should Instagram story the whole process. But she's not having it. She's taken some before photos and she wouldn't share them with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tried everything to get them out of her. She wasn't sharing them. She's not going to share the befores until she's done the after, she's told me.
Oh, so she will share them.
She's taken the befores and now she's spending this week doing her craft room. She's going to IKEA for the first time ever this week.
Oh, she's been.
Oh, she's been?
Yeah, she's been.
She didn't get meatballs or a hot dog, she told me. She wasn't getting either. And I said, well, there's no point going to IKEA if you're not going to get meatballs or a hot dog. You have meatballs at the start, then you do your shopping, and then you have a hot dog for the way home. That's the way it is. It's the law when you go to IKEA.
Dogs. Good hot dogs. I've only ever been once, Joe.
Have you only been once?
Yeah, only been once. I know. She said no one told her it was self-service though.
Oh, really?
And she had rather a lot, and then it was a puzzle to get it all in her car.
I can imagine.
She had so many big boxes.
Yeah, she's going to have a fun time sorting through all of that this week. Yes, so I'll look forward to seeing her back. I know she's off for a couple of weeks, but she'll be back on our screens very soon. She was asking me if it was child-friendly, and I said absolutely not. No.
When I went, there was loads of children there.
Really? There is
Yeah.
a creche though, apparently. Just throw them in the creche. Don't throw them in the creche. That sounded really wrong. Check them in. Is that what you do with the kids? Do they check in? Is it like a hotel?
Well, perhaps I could do
Or
that
do
with my
they-
grandchildren this weekend.
Sorry?
Perhaps I could do that with my grandchildren this weekend.
Oh, are you looking after them this weekend?
I've got them for 4 days, Joe.
And how old are they? Remind me.
They're 2 and 6.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to be knackered, aren't I, when I finished?
Yeah, 4 whole days.
4 whole days, Thursday, Friday.
And they're coming with their
Saturday,
parents, or their
Sunday.
parents are just dropping
no,
them with you?
Yeah, I'm picking them up. And then going, I'm picking
Oh, I
them
bet
up
they're
and bringing them back.
excited.
Oh, I spoke to Ruby yesterday and she's so excited.
Oh,
Like she
that's
literally
cute.
can't wait. Even to the point, this is how she loves her nanny, is she's got invited to a party on Saturday to a trampolining park.
Wow.
And she was upset because she said she wanted to go and she didn't realise it was the same time that she was coming to nanny's. So her mum said, well, don't worry. She said, I can pick you up on Saturday if you want, so you can still go to the party. And she said, no, she wants to stay with nanny.
Ah,
I
that's
know,
cute.
how cute is that? So we have booked to go, we're taking them trampolining.
Does she know yet?
No.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
We're going to take them trampolining on the Thursday. Friday we're going to
Do you
this
know
big
what, Debbie?
fun park.
Have you tried? Are you going to give it a go yourself?
Yeah, I've been to one not
Oh
that
my
long ago.
word! I used to do a trampoline exercise class. Well, my word! I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't even know that I had a core until I went trampolining. I could barely walk the next day,
I
Debbie.
know.
Honestly, couldn't get up and down the stairs. It was that bad.
It is hard work, isn't it?
Really is.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I'll just be doing gentle bounces.
Okay, gentle bounces for Nanny.
I'll stay with the 2-year-old.
Sounds like a plan.
And we're lucky because our girls are coming, so I think they'll just have their full attention as well.
Oh, and I bet they'll love that.
Yes, and then we're going to Kettering, but to Whipstead.
Whipsnade.
Whipstead Park.
Wicksteed or Whipsnade? They're two different. Wicksteed. Is it a safari park?
No.
Okay, because
Whipstead is a safari park.
Whipsnade, and they're in this very similar places. They're like quite near each other.
No,
I
this
think.
is like a fun fair with a mini zoo in it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Yeah, so we're going to go there. Yeah.
What a weekend you've got planned, Debbie.
I know, we've got loads planned.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got this bit sorted out now. So what I'm going to do is I've got all my little embellishments here that I've been colouring between the shows. Oh, I've missed that one, I haven't coloured that one out. So we've got all of these. Let's stick all these into place and then we can start putting our bits together. So I'm going to put these across the top. So these will fit right across the top of our page. They give us a really nice look.
I love that.
Yeah, they look beautiful, don't they? So really nice. So I'm going to use my tape pen. So dotty tape pen to go across the top. So popping that there. And the top. There we go. So we're going to finish off in just a second because I am dying to show you the album spine. So anyone that's not seen them before, we're going to show exactly how you put those together. So putting all our dotty glue on here and put them across. There we go, so that looks very pretty. And then we've got our piece here. So I think I'm going to have it this way, have it long ways. So I'm going to place that here. Now, don't worry about where you put, so the composition of your scrapbook page. Don't worry, because you can see I've got a rounded edge here and then I've got squares here. So I want to tie them all in together. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to have this way, I'm going to put my foam tape on there. So we've got our foam on a roll. Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, Joe.
Never heard
Never heard of it. So if you want to create your albums but you're not sure what pictures to put in yet, just like me, only put your foam tape where it's at the side, so it will stick on for you. And for anyone that was wondering what the comment was, who was the lovely? Can you remember the lovely lady that said about the foam tape, Joe, and
No.
the glue?
Oh,
No, so
oh yes,
apologies.
Where's the thing that you rest your small glue bottle in, is what Vicky's asking.
I know, well that's what I was just
It's
looking
Gita
for.
it was.
There she is, Gloria.
Have you seen Debbie's Gloria?
Has Debbie got
Debbie
Gloria?
Robinson, someone
Oh,
the-
she pimped hers.
She's got like a pimped up Gloria.
Ah, pimped up Gloria.
Yeah, blinged up Gloria.
I've seen lots of people with pimped up Glorias.
Yeah, I think we need to
really
pimp
do
your
mine,
Gloria.
don't I know, I just haven't had the time. So this is what she was saying about putting glue. So I've put my tacky glue on there, and all that does is it gives it even more strength, and it will stay really strong, and it won't come unstuck at all. So I'm going to pop this onto the side here. Just enough room to be able to put my, there we go, put my picture in. So we've now got our photo frame that I can fit a picture inside.
Beautiful.
So that's all done. And then I've got all these embellishments that we can use to really make this a good scrapbooking page. And remember, you can always add your photos to it afterwards. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my 3D glue gel. There we go. Got a little bit left in the bottom there, so let's wind that down. And we're going to start layering these out to finish off. So the first thing I'm going to do is to tie in these two parts. So I'm going to pop this bit into the centre. So I'm just going to put a big squidge of glue and hold that in place there. So we're creating we're creating a piece here, and then we're just going to have our flowers coming round the side.
Gorgeous.
And this is what's lovely about this, because we can do all sorts of things now with all those embellishments.
Sandy's asked a question, I don't know what this means, but she says, is the tacky glue archival safe?
Archival safe.
I'm not sure what that means.
I'm trying to work it out. Archival. Yeah, so I'm thinking of archival link, which is what she is on about. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What you might find is, do you know when sometimes a little bit of glue sort of squelches out of the side and you rub it to take it away, it might smudge your ink.
Right, okay.
So, but I don't think it would. Yeah, I actually don't think it would.
There you go, hope that answers your question. Why is it called a Gloria, Bonnie Brown wants to know.
Well, it's because we had Brenda the glue booth,
Brenda the
spray booth. So I just called it Gloria the glue booth.
Gloria the glue what?
Booth.
Glue booth. I thought she was called Gloria the glue holder.
No, I think you've always said that.
I've
Joe,
always said
and
Gloria the glue holder.
Yeah, and I just always called her Gloria the glue booth.
But she's not a booth. She's a
booth.
she's a thing.
She's a thing.
She's a
How dare you call Gloria a thing?
I want to call her, I don't know. She's a small structure. She's not a hollow booth.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Why-
You can call
when-
her whatever you want, Joe. We were talking about this, like, you know, naming inanimate objects and, and talking to them, because I talk to my sat nav. That's what we were talking about
Sat-nav?
yesterday. Yeah, Martha.
I guess it talks to you.
Yeah,
Why is it called Martha?
I just like the name.
Martha. Fair enough.
Yes, Martha.
Does it have like a standard voice, or have you got like, Darth Vader telling you when to go, or
No,
something
she's
like
just
that?
got a standard
Standard voice.
Yeah, a standard one.
Bonnie Brown would like to know when we should use 3D glue rather than foam pads.
Actually, it's personal choice.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely personal choice. I'm going to put a slit inside here.
Right.
Probably better to do that when I hadn't glued it down. But as I put this in, I thought, oh, this would look nice coming out of the vase or out of the honey pot.
Oh, nice. Like that idea.
So let's just pop that in. There we go. And actually,
Gorgeous.
Joe, I'm not going to do too much more other than just add a couple of bees around.
Fabulous.
So we'll just pop these on and finish off our scrapbook page. But look how they just come to life. And I think the only other thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to wait till I've done the pictures, and when I've done it I will show you, I'm going to do this bee in white.
Okay.
So it highlights that a little bit more. Let's pop a little bee onto there. But how cute are these?
Really beautiful.
And there you go, you can see it really comes together, ties everything in, looks amazing, and they're all items that you can get in that collection. So I've got one more bee that we're just going to put on. Let's pop this one over here. There we go. And there's our scrapbook page with our pocket that we can put our little photo into.
Beautiful. What a really gorgeous project. Of course, all made possible with the Bee-Youtiful collection. So I'm going to run you back through what you're getting in, the different options when it comes to getting a hold of this. So first up, you've got your die and stamp collection. And in here what you're going to get is Bumbling in the Flowers, that beautiful cutting creator card. You're also going to receive in here as well the Sweet as Honeycomb, which is that one just there. We then have the Be Happy, which is this one here. You're also going to get the stamp and die collections. There's 3 of them to go for. So you've got the Bee Blooms, which is this one here. Really lovely floral element in there with those decoupageable bees, which is excellent. Next one here is your Honey Bee. And you can see here, you've got that beautiful jar, your honey dipper. I love the fact that you've got different styles of bee in each one. This is beautiful here, this embellishing stamp. I think you're going to get loads of use out of that. And then you've finally got this one here, which is the beehive with the apiary in there, the poppy and the poppy head there too. So if you want to go for that collection on its own, you can £57.55 or £87.76. What we then have for you is a stamping and embossing collection, which is this one just here. So you've got your Bee-Youtiful sentiments. You've also got your Build-A-Bee within there too. So those lovely layering stamps as well as all of the sentiments. Next up is your Bees in the Nature, which is this one just here, which is your cut and emboss folder. You saw Debbie using that a moment ago. And your Bees and Flowers, which is that really lovely sort of slim embossing folder that you can see just there. £21.56 or £34.24 is your price there on that one. You then have the option to go for the paper pads as well. Now if you want to get the 2 paper pads on their own, you can. Great price there for you. Platinum members, you're looking at under £18, £25.54 if you are stateside. A really great selection of awesome colours within there for you. So you've got your pattern papers, 180 GSM, those ones. And then we also have for you as well this one just here, which is your pearlescent pad, which is lovely. And that's all double-sided, that one, 250 GSM. If you want to get it all together, that's the best way to get the best value. Details here on your screen. Under £100 or $140 is a great saving for everyone. Of course, we take that even lower. Platinum members, you're looking at £80 just under, or just over £110, which is fantastic. Right. We're going to move on. We're going to have a look at the album spines. Now, there's 3 different sizes for you to go at. I'm going to give you the original one first, which is going to give you everything you need to create this just here. So it allows you to create these awesome spines, which allow you to create memory books. So it's up to you what kind of size you want to use these with. So we've got this one here, which is the original one we launched. I think it's, is it 4 or 5 inches in width, this one, the smallest one just there. So that's what it gives you. £17 or $27. You get the album spine itself and then family and album in the dies. That's your first one. The next one you can go for, you will need the large Gemini for this one, is your 8-inch album spine, which is this one just here. That also comes with as well the page edges. So you get the album spine and the page edges, which allows you to create this kind of thing just here. So this is what you're looking at, and it's this length here, which is the 8 inches. You can extend this narrower or wider, however you want to use it, but lots of scope then for creating different elements in here. I know a lot of you will have gone for the original memory albums elements. If you've got large twist and pop elements, they will work beautifully in here. The waterfall elements too, they're all things that you're going to be able to utilize within there. So that's your 8-inch spine. Now for those of you out there that own the Gemini Pro, then that's what you're going to need. This is a 10-inch album spine that you're going to get. It will only go through that largest Gemini machine. You get the 10-inch album spine, and you've also got the 10-inch page edges there as well. And with that, you're going to be able to really create large albums. So I'm thinking, you know, customized, personalized photo albums are going to be great with this. Really big memory book projects. I mean, it gives you loads and loads of room to be able to really cram them full of incredible elements. So again, just depends on what size you want to be going for. You've got the 3 different options there for you, $54.99 or $59.95 if you want to get your hands on those ones. A lot of you sending in some pictures to us. We love it when you share your makes with us. Emma has been busy. She sent this in for us. Oh, I love that card, Debbie. So beautiful.
Oh, it's so lovely, yeah. Love the way you've done those honeycombs at the side, the hexagons, they look amazing. That's a great, you've probably done the matte and layering bee there, or use one of the papers. It just looks incredible.
They're really lovely. Emma's sent this one in to us as well. Oh, I love how she's used the fussy cut the edge of the paper pad and used that as a Z fold. Clever idea, that.
Do you know what, Joe? That's the same paper pad, the same paper sheet that I used on the scrapbook page. She's cut that border off at the bottom. Looks beautiful. Really
cool. Carla's shown us how we can mix and match it with other collections as well. She's a truck from the farmhouse, and then she's mixed that with the Bee-Youtiful. I think that's very, very clever, Carla, how you've
one of my favourite dies. I love that car.
The truck?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
the
cool,
truck.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's so cool. Really beautiful.
Cool.
She's actually made something we made on the craft along a few weeks ago, which is a wiper card.
Ah,
it's got
wiper card.
So as you open it, the wiper card comes up. So she might have done that in the craft along.
Ah, it's from Craft Along indeed. Wendy's been busy as well. She sent this one in to us. Love how she's cut this with different colour cardstocks and used it there.
And the blue sky looks amazing.
Love that. And I love how Michelle's used the same element but got a completely different result. It shows you can really personalise this and put your own spin on it, which I think is brilliant. Absolutely love that. One more to share from you as well, from Mary Lee Carroll here, as you can see. Love that she's done a matching envelope there too, and a beautiful card style, using it as a spinner element there too. Really, really cool. If you want to keep sending your pictures in to us, we'd love to see them and share them with the rest of the Crafty crew. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll share some more of those before the end of the show. Pam sent a question in, Debbie. She says, what or how would you store the 12 by 12 or add it to others? I can't quite get my head around it, probably why I haven't tried to scrapbook yet. Great question.
Okay, so yeah, brilliant question, and actually it's something we've probably not explained. So the photo albums that we're going to show now, you can make your own, and you just literally stick them into the pockets or into the pages and make the pages. But if you want them protected, if you go online, you can find whatever size you want. So whether you want a 6x6, 8x8, if you just go in and put scrapbooks, scrapbook albums, you will find so many out there, and you can actually buy just the plastic pockets. So they're a bit like the pockets, Joe, that you put your A4 sheets of paper, like your printer paper, and you file them. They're just like that, but they come in 12 by 12, 8 by 8. And they
or you can put them in an album.
Yeah, absolutely, or in an album. So
awesome, thank you for that. Beverly says, Bee-Youtiful, Debbie. So nice to see a scrapbook page. Mary Pat's as well. Gorgeous scrapbooking page. Thank you, Debbie, for that. Right, what would you like to share with us next then, Debbie?
So what we're going to do, we're going to switch now to the 8-inch album spine. I'm using the 8-inch because it's the one that will fit through the Gemini as well as the smaller one. The next one up, the 10-inch spine, you'll need your Gemini Pro for it. So if you've got a Gemini Pro, go for the big one, and you can go for a really nice size album. So what I've done here is I've just took some pages from our Bee-Youtiful solid colours, our pearlized paper, and I'm just going to cut this down to give me enough card to go through my Gemini, so A4 in size. What I've also done is I've just cut myself a couple of coordinating papers. I've got two 8x8 in size, and they're going to be your front and your back covers. So we've got those, we've got our album spine, so we're going to show how you do this and how you put it together. So you can see it's one big die. The 10 by 10 is a really big die, so that will go through your Gemini Pro. What we have in here is a cut line around the whole thing, and then we have score lines here. We've also got embossed crosses. Now those embossed crosses are really important, so I'll show you that as we cut it out. So take your Gemini, place your card on top. Can you remind me of the weight of this cardstock, Joe?
I believe it's 250, let me check. 250 GSM, yeah.
So the reason I asked is because this is the perfect weight to do your spine.
Okay.
If you was to put a thicker piece in, it's harder to score. So it's quite a nice, it's absolutely the perfect weight to go through and to actually burnish and fold, because we need to put all those fold lines in. So just waiting for that to come out. And what I love about this die is all the hard work has been took out of it for you. You haven't got to do all the thinking about where you score it, where you fold it. Everything's done for you. So when it's cut out, you will see that we've got our die cut perfectly, and you will see those score lines in there. And you can't really, well, oh yeah, we can just pick up those little crosses that are just here that go right the way along. Ah, there we go. George is on the ball. So we've got those gorgeous crosses. Gorgeous. They're not really gorgeous. They're just crosses, unless they're kisses, and then they can be gorgeous, can't they, Joe? I do think I'm used to saying that.
Look at those gorgeous crosses.
Look at those gorgeous
Look
crosses.
at those gorgeous crosses. Are you cross today, gorgeous? Well, you know what? It took an hour and 28 minutes. That is a record for me and you.
I think
that is a record.
That is a record, yeah, absolutely. So where those gorgeous crosses are,
gorgeous,
we're going to fold the line in between them. So we're going to go and fold all of those lines between the crosses. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'm just going, and because it's the weight of paper that cardstock that we're using, it's easy enough to just fold it with your fingers forward and then burnish them across. We'll put them all in properly in a little while. I just want to get them all into place. And all I'm doing is using this mark here to fold them down. So if we then go in, we can fold. And actually, what's probably the easiest thing, Joe, although those lines are there, if you wanted to go in with your scoreboard and reinforce them, you could do that, which would make it a bit easier. But they are all there ready for you to fold. Once they're folded down, we then need to... It's hard to tell. In fact, I'm going to draw the line, Joe, so you can see. I think that will make it easier. Just for demo purposes, you'll be able to see them anyway. But if I put the crosses in on here and here, okay, that makes it a lot easier. So between those crosses, there are lines. So I'm going to just draw those lines in. There's like 2 folds between every single one.
Awesome.
And those are the ones that are going to come up to the top. So you need to fold those lines in. So this time we're folding upwards. So folding that one, you're just manipulating your card to go down. So nice and steady. There we go. And obviously they're thinner lines and closer together, so you just work your way in. So you can see we're starting to come together. Can you see we've got those tops of those bits there? And these crosses, the reason we have the crosses is because they are going to be stuck together, and that's going to start to form your spine. So then we're going to carry on doing these bits here. If you've got any questions or anything, Joe, or anything you want to read out while I'm doing this.
Like general life questions or like crafty questions?
Anything you want, Joe. Throw it at me.
Top 3 biscuits of all time.
Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
Is it not for you?
Well, I don't know. I think that's a hard one. I'm going to judge you based on your answers, so do think carefully, Debbie.
So my absolute favourite is a coconut ring.
A coconut ring?
A coconut ring.
Why am I not surprised?
I love a coconut biscuit. I also like my second one would be a Nice.
A Nice biscuit?
Yeah. Also a bit coconutty.
Got to be double dipped though if you're having tea. Too floppy otherwise. Oh no, you don't, do you?
But you know why I like them is because they have shortbread on top.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm going backwards. That's 3-2.
So that's 3-2.
And then my number 1 is shortbread.
Shortbread of any description. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I do have crafty questions as well though. You alright? You okay, hon?
You just make me laugh.
Diane says, so does a smaller one of these albums go through the junior? Great question. Is it a case of, is it slightly longer than the junior plate? I'm not sure, Debbie. Or does it go through the junior?
It will go through the junior, Joe, but it will need to go through once, then turn
move
it round, and then again.
I thought that was the case, yeah. So you can make it work through the junior, yes, Diane. That would be the smallest one, which is a 4 or 5 inch one, the first one I showed you. Aisha says, I'm adding the 8-inch edges to my wish list. Will they cut through chipboard using the junior plates in my Gemini? The edges on their own. Again, I'm guessing the edges are going to be too long, so you'd have to turn them round again, would you, Debbie?
Yes, I would have absolutely said so.
And how about chipboard? I mean, it's quite a standard. I mean, it's not a detailed cut, is it?
It's not a detail cut. I would say try it. I couldn't promise it would cut.
Okay.
And it depends obviously because there's different thickness of chipboard. So if it's your standard sort of double, triple, maybe the GSM of Centura Pearl or our white cardstock stamping card, then I would say yes, because you can get sort of chipboard. But if it's a bit thicker than that and harder, then I don't think it would go through.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. There you are. Right, Sally says, Karen Wells, sorry, says, if I don't have the Gemini Pro, could you use the 10-inch spine die as a template?
Absolutely, yeah.
Although you wouldn't put those gorgeous crosses in for you, or the scores, would it?
It wouldn't, no, but it would be easy enough to do that. So what you could do is, I have to be honest, I wouldn't see the point of that if you're paying.
It would be a very expensive template,
wouldn't it? It would be an
wouldn't
expensive template, yes. But if you did want to do it, you could draw around it.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah, and if you then hold it the other way round, you could put notches where your score lines are, because once you've got your score lines, all you need to know is that the biggest parts, so the two biggest pieces, stick together. And that's really all you need to know. So what I've done, where those crosses are, I've literally put tape on both sides. And all we're going to do then is put those pieces together. So cross to cross, basically, Joe. So we're just going to pinch that in, go along, and we're going to rub that together.
Awesome. SJ's asking me what my top 3 biscuits are in that case.
Yeah.
Mine are, in no particular order, a chocolate hobnob. Delicious. Oh, wonderful. A jammy dodger.
Oh yeah, no, I do love a jammy dodger. Yeah.
They'd be tough. I think it'd probably be something. Probably a tie for third between a bourbon and a custard cream. I think.
No.
Yeah, pretty close to George. George, what's yours? Hobnob. Kit Kat is not a biscuit. It's a chocolate bar.
Biscuit. No,
hang on, whoa. Just because it's got biscuit in it.
That's a whole new level.
No, I'm sorry, George. I don't even want to know your third one. We're too offended. You can't. Disqualified, indeed. Alison says, rich tea, an orange chocolate digestive, and a jammy dodger. Not that far from mine.
I'm not a big lover of digestives, but I didn't know they did orange ones, and I love
chocolate orange
yes.
digestive.
I might need to.
Can't have a digestive or a hobnob without chocolate on it. I just don't see the point.
Yeah, I'm not really a hobnob person.
I love them.
No, but I do love a rich tea. So there you go, as easy as that, to put it together from start to finish. That gives you a spine. Now why we call it a spine, as you can see, you've got all these pieces inside that you stick your pages to. So I'm going to bring these in and just pop one on the back there so you can see, and then what you would do is pop one on the front. But what we're going to do is when we come back to the next piece, I'm going to show you how we can use those border pieces and how we can line up a shape of the pattern cardstock inside.
Awesome. That's going to look absolutely brilliant. Right, what I want to do is, before we go back to Debbie, I'll just give you the details again for the individual album spines that are available. So you've got the smallest one. Debbie, can you measure the smallest one? Have you got one over there? Because in my head, I don't know if it's 4 inches or 5 inches.
I haven't got the smaller one, I'm afraid. Sorry. Would you like me to take it?
I just gave Debbie a bit of a sort of bottom lip look there for her to grab it. So there's the detail, £17.27. It's on your screen there. I'll show you the 8-inch one next, which is that one just there. So that's the 8-inch album spine. That's going to make that style album for you. You also get with that the edges within there as well, which is fantastic. So you can go for that one. The next one we've got for you, so this one we're going to go through the large Gemini. The next one here is your 10-inch album spine. This one, of course, for your Gemini Pro that you're going to want to use that one through just there, which is excellent. That's your 10H edges that go with that. It's a 4-inch. I thought it was 4 inches. So 4 inches wide will make you a 4-inch high on that smallest size just there for you. Right, some absolute stonking great deals on this show for you. These are your Sharon Callis frames. They are limited stock. It's the lace frames collection. We've still got 3 different styles of these available for you. So you've got the bobbin lace frame, which is this one just here. You're also going to get in here the Venetian lace frame there as well. And you're going to receive this one here, which is your Irish lace frame, £17 or $25. If you want to go for those ones, $21.97 or $31.97, platinum price, amazing there. on those. What I want to do is just give you an opportunity to check out your basket. So whilst you do that, here are all the details on Club Inspire and also our US shipping terms. Take a look.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
All the details there of Club Inspire and US shipping, which is great. We're having a very, very busy show. We're not going to do a card of the show. We're going to pop Debbie's scrapbook page in as card of the show because obviously Debbie spent a lot of time putting into that gorgeous scrapbook page. So we're going to pop it into the card of the show. I'm just going to recap the details for you on the Bee-Youtiful collection that we've got available for you. A few different options here. I'll take you through the die cutting and stamping option firstly. This is bumbling in the flowers that you're going to get just here. With those beautiful bees in there. We've then got Sweet as Honeycomb included in here for you as well. We've then got Be Happy, which is this one just here, absolutely gorgeous. The next one here for you is your Bee Blooms that you can see just here. So you can get a gorgeous floral element and then all of those beautiful embellishments and sentiments in there too. This one here is your Honeybee, which is just stunning, isn't it? And you're also going to receive in here as well your Beehive, Beehive, which is that one just there with the poppies. You've got the apiary in there and all your sentiments too. And you okay? You right over there? Yeah. I thought you dropped something on yourself again. I was worried for a moment. Honestly, someone put that lady in bubble wrap today. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the stamping and embossing collection that we've got for you. In here, some gorgeous sentiments, which is excellent. All of these sentiments curated to go beautifully with the collection as well there. Then you've got your Build a Bee there too, which is awesome. It's really brilliant layering stamps in here that you're going to be able to really put your own spin on. Think about maybe embossing some of those layers. I think would look beautiful. Bees in the Nature is this one here, your great cut and emboss folder. And then you've got Bees and Flowers there as well, which is a really lovely slim embossing folder. It's great for the side of concept cards. So think about your steppers, your side steppers, your dioramas, just a beautiful size to finish off those panels, which I think you're going to love. We then also had as well the two 12 by 12 pads available for you too. So you've got your patterned pad just here. You're going to get 48 sheets in that one, and you've also got your pearlescent pad in there as well, 24 sheets there in that one. What I would like to do is share some more pictures of the awesome creations you guys have been sending in to me. Linda's sent this one in. I love how much Linda's managed to cram onto this one. It's very, very full. Awesome, that one, isn't it, Debbie?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, another one of the wiper cards. I'm so thrilled to see them. So they're such great cards to make. It looks stunning. Love that.
Really, really gorgeous. Rhonda sent this one in for us as well. I love what she's done with the gilding wax there and that slim embossing folder in the background.
Looks amazing, doesn't it? Especially with that flower as well. Yeah, to have that opening. I've not done that in a while, Joe. I love putting a topper on the front that you can open your card with and then just have this beautiful card. Yeah, it's beautiful, Rhonda.
Really lovely. Rhonda's also done this one here as well, as you can see, which is that gorgeous shaker. A lovely way of using that. And then used a nesting die, one of the scallop nesting dies, cut it out. I think that's a really clever way of using that.
It looks amazing. Yeah, I love that you've made that easel card beautiful.
Really gorgeous. Sam sent this one in to us as well, which is fantastic. You can see that just there. Really, really lovely design on that one. And then Stephen Guy sent this one in to us as well. I love this.
Wow, that's stunning. That's
he sent us a few different ones in actually, using the same floral element for a birthday card. I love the embellishment on there too.
Yeah. You're obviously loving that flower, Stephen. Great makes.
And also this one here as well. All beautiful creations there from Stephen. Lovely. Right, I know we've got about 15 minutes left on the show, Debbie. What do you think you can squeeze some more into the last 15 minutes?
Let's finish this album because it's such a great way, and I want to show you how we can sort of utilise these dies as well. So you have got this pack of edger dies. Oh, they're stuck inside, so I'm just literally going to take one out. Oh, doesn't want to come. There we go. All stuck inside. So what I've done is I've cut my papers 8 by 8. So my green papers are 8 by 8, and then I've just cut these ones in 2 increments more in. So it's really, it works out 7 3/4 that I've cut this to. But I've left this longer because I want to stick it onto that side. And what I want to do, now you can do it separately, but I am going to just do it together. So I'm going to cut these out of here, and then we can stick these onto the front of our books. I love these edges because they give something totally different. So what I am going to do, and in fact, let's do them together without sticking them, and then I can mat and layer them separately.
I like the way that you're not leaving your border at the top. I've seen you do this a couple of times recently.
Well, there's actually a reason I'm not doing that today, Joe, and that's only because you won't see it when you've put the spine on.
Ah, okay.
Yes, so, and actually I didn't rub that one in enough because I'm just going to give that a little bit of a rub. So if you're using, what I would do is use a red glue, because this is what you want to stay shut. You want these to stick firmly. You can overlap this with another piece of card, but make sure you stick these down well. So what I am going to do is pop this on, and then we're going to do our edger. So I'm going to butt that up to the sides and then cut these 2 pieces. So put in that round, and it doesn't even have to be that. In fact, I'm going to bring it down, Joe, because I can take it back up. That was my train of thought in the first place. So pop that on, pop that to the end. There we go, and then I'm just going to stick that down.
I remember there's another fantastic show coming your way today as well, a little bit later. Myself and Craig will be here with you for launch party, which is always fun. There's loads of great stuff in the show. Another chance to see Towards the Night, so if you've already got that, there's going to be some great demonstrations on it for you, so make sure you tune in for that. Or if you've missed it, don't worry, because we have got that launch offer repeated, but we are limited stock now, so you will be probably your final chance to get that large collection. And we've also got the newest edition in the Year of Crafts family as well coming up. So a really fun show coming away. 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. if you're across on the East Coast.
It's very beautiful, that new collection, isn't it?
Really lovely, isn't it?
So look at that, how beautiful are those edges. So we've got that one, and then this one, because I've left that there, I can then move that up, and we've got the perfect outline around the edges there. So just move that a bit more into place.
Awesome.
So let's move that in, and then we're going to do the back piece as well. So, oh, the other way, there we go. And then pop that. In fact, let's use a different one so you can see. Oh no, they are the back pages, so I'm going to keep them the same. So pop that on. Just making sure each side. That sounded like thunder then. Was that thunder?
Did sound like it. I think it was a lorry.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, oh, I've got to drive home now, and
oh, I hope it doesn't rain. There's nothing worse than driving home in the rain.
No, not
It is the worst, isn't it?
And actually, we've had some really heavy downpours. I don't know about anyone else, but I've driven home and literally had to slow right down because I could hardly see.
It hasn't rained.
Really
I don't think it's rained in
rain.
Manchester for ages.
Oh, wow.
It's been so hot in Manchester. I was actually in London on Sunday morning, going back to Manchester, and it's normally a bit colder in the north, isn't it? It was 21 degrees in London. It was 27 when I got back to Manchester.
Wow.
Midday, so hot. I got home though on Thursday last week, Debbie. I'd been away for 6 days here at Crafters TV. You know, we'd had that heat wave.
Yeah.
Well, I got home at midnight back to Manchester. It was still 21 degrees at midnight, and the flat had been closed for 6 days. Every window had been closed. Can you imagine the heat? It was like an oven in there, honestly.
Yeah, I can imagine, because I popped in to see my dad last week and it was boiling hot, and I went in and I thought, first of all I thought, we can't be in because all the windows were shut. And I went inside and my dad was in and I was like, Dad, it's boiling in here, open some windows. It does not. And his way of thinking was that, well, if he doesn't let the heat in, it won't get so hot.
Good, I mean, there's rationale there.
Yeah, I mean, I get that with closing the curtains and not letting the sun shine through, because obviously that heats it even more. But it's been so humid, hasn't it?
So where I live is like a converted red brick mill, so it's quite nice in the mornings, because in the morning as it's warming up, it's still cool, but if you don't get the windows open before the evening, the brick sort of warms up through the day and then radiates the heat in the evening. So if you don't open the windows before like 8 o'clock in the evening, it's like a sauna in there. It really is.
So Joe, you can see what I've done a little bit different as well to get the exact copy of the edge of my rim. So this bit here, all I've done is put the actual die through to create that extra topper.
Nice.
So that gives us another extra added element. And
That's
then
a great idea.
I can see that I've got a tiny bit that needs cutting off, so I'm going to cut that off so it just goes on top of this rim. So think about how you can use these dies in so many different ways. So all we're going to do now, got something stuck on the back, is we're going to stick this together and put our pages on. That's slightly curled, so I'm just going to curl it the other way so our book will go in.
Why would it curl sometimes, Debbie?
It's just because I'm using a lower weight in cardstock.
Okay.
So all I would suggest, once this goes on, Joe, that'll make it weightier.
Right.
So by adding that extra piece of card on top, it will be much better. So just going to go up to the top there and to the side, and that will give us our first matten layer. So we've got a more rigid structure in that now. And then we'll do the same with this one. I mean, if you really wanted to make it strong, use your Collao all-purpose, because that dries like concrete.
Okay.
So your page, what I would suggest though, Joe, if you're using that, make sure that you put it under something flat to flatten it down while it's drying. And that will just stop it from curling or bending.
Awesome.
So putting that down. So we've got that there. Then we've got our ridge. So what we're going to do, I say ridge, our binder, we're going to glue this to the front piece. So inside here is where we want our glue. So going down into here, making sure we've got that all covered. And then we can put our page into there. Lay that flat. And then we can do the same on the opposite side. And you could do a different front to a different pattern to your back to your front.
I guess you've got so many different options, haven't you, when it comes to using these and how you're going to put them together. And yes, you could use this Bee-Youtiful collection, but you've probably got loads of great things in your stash already that you're going to be able to create with these. And I love the fact that you're creating a keepsake with these, Debbie, as well. People are going to receive these and treasure these for years, aren't they, when they receive them?
So much so. And then for your inside pages, all I've done, and you could cut these as well, but I am just going to pop these in like so. You can then just put in your pages. So you've got your book, so just holding that down, give that a rub in. But you can see how quickly we've done this from start to finish and how you can get the most amazing books. And in all the different sizes, Joe, which is great.
I've bought myself a new Colour Me Happy shirt, Debbie.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a nice, really lovely
Well, you
colour?
know I have my normal Colour Me Happy shirt, which is the white one with all the coloured splatters all over it.
Yeah.
It's just getting a bit big. So I've bought myself a new one. It's very colourful.
Oh.
I'm going to wear it on Friday.
Oh, lovely. I will have to tune in. Our Ben's got one as well. He's got a very lovely bright pink flowery shirt.
Bright pink flowery shirt. Is that his Colour Me Happy shirt?
I don't know if he's got a Colour Me Happy shirt. He just bought it because it was nice and bright.
Nice.
And it is really nice and bright. Yeah, the pink floral. Oh, look, run out of me tape pen.
Real men wear pink, Debbie.
Real men wear pink.
Absolutely.
I think men look lovely in pink.
Oh, me too.
I think it's different nowadays. I think years ago, people used to think men don't wear pink.
Oh.
But
yes,
they
you do.
do.
That's what I say.
Absolutely. So that's our last page that we're putting in there. So we've got our booklet, which looks amazing. Let me bring it that way. And then what I'm going to do is just trim off this end and mat and layer onto the top. So let's just bring that off and bring this in. So just cutting that top layer off, making sure I've got that straight. Just do that to there. Did I do that straight, or is that very wonky, Joe? I think that's very
I think that looks all right to me.
Yeah, I think it was. It just didn't look it when I took it out. So let's see. Let's have a look. So we're going to place that across the top. Yeah, I think we're good.
Amazing.
And then you've got your photo album for everything you need.
Sorry, Bernie's just had a shower in Stockport.
Well done,
she hasn't got in the shower. I don't mean she's had a shower like a wash. They've just had a shower.
I thought that was our Bernie telling us.
Well, Bernie Sale said on Facebook, we've just had a shower over here in Stockport, Greater Manchester. She could mean she's been in the shower. Maybe they've all been in the shower. Probably not at the same time. I think she means it's been raining. Chris says as well, I love this bees collection. I've seen others in the market and they just don't begin to capture bees like this one does. I think a lot of them are there's a lot of different styles of bee, but this one is awesome because it is quite whimsical almost, isn't it? That is beautiful, Debbie.
It's beautiful. And then you've got your sort of flip album, or you can do it the opposite way and have all your papers in your album that you've created. I mean, it's so much fun, Joe. Either way, it can go whichever way, but obviously with your papers, whichever way you put your papers.
I love that tip about the fancy edge as well. Just matting and layering that, I think, really finishes it off, doesn't it, and changes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're going to put your scrapbook page, aren't we, in as demo of the show. So that's what we're going to do, because that was what we spent the last main body of the show doing. I'm going to run back through the options for you when it comes to getting your hands on this gorgeous Bee-Youtiful collection. 2 or 3 different smaller collections for you, or the big collection. You've got the option to go for any of these. So you've got Bumbling in the Flowers, which is this one here. In this collection, you're also going to receive Sweet as Honeycomb. You've also got your Be Happy just here too. Then next up here we have the Bee Blooms, which is this one, as you can see. Lovely floral element in there. Lots of the pictures we received of your makes today actually included this. I love that all of these stamp and dies have got different styles of bees, so you're really going to be able to mix and match them and create the kind of look and feel that you're after. That one there is Honeybee. Then you're also going to get Beehive, which is this one just here as well. So that is your first option. I'll give you the details for the die cutting, the die and stamp collection. Here it is, £57.55 or £87.76 if you want to get your hands on that one. Then we've got a stamping and embossing collection, which is this one just here. All of your different Bee-Youtiful sentiments, firstly, in this element of the collection. Then what we also have for you is, there we are, there's your Bee-Youtiful sentiments. Then you've got your Builder Bee, which is this one just here. Again, you've got those layering stamps in this. You can really create a distinct look and feel to that bee. You've then got your cut and emboss folder in here, which you've seen Debbie use in this show. Great for holding your pictures in something like a scrapbook page. And then that slimmer embossing folder. I think this is a really not underrated, because people absolutely love it, but I think maybe you'll look at an embossing folder this side and think, how am I going to use that? In things like your concept cards, you steppers, side steppers, Z-fold, double Z-fold, they're coming really super handy, that one just there. You've then got the option to go for, so if you want to go for the embossing folders and stamps on their own, details there on the screen. Then the option to go for the paper pads too. Now the paper pads, you can pick up your printed papers, which is this one just here, and this is available alongside your pearlescent paper. So you can see all of those gorgeous designs. I love how warm and rich all of the tones are in this particular paper pad. I'm going to share with you that pearlescent pad again just there. I know, I tell you what, amazing that I didn't knock all that over. You've also got your pearlescent pad here, double-sided. It's got a gorgeous shine in it. That chocolate brown is so rich and gorgeous, and you've got 24 pages there within that one as well. Debbie, can I say it's been an absolute pleasure to have spent some time in the studio with you. Do you know when you're back with us here on Crafters TV?
I'm back sometime next week. I really don't know
I think we're
when.
together because I think we've got a craft along.
Yeah, we do have a. No, I don't think the craft. I'm not sure. My schedule is so packed, Joe. I know I'm down at Create and Craft, but I am up here as well. So yes, I can't remember what days they are. So apologies.
Okie doke.
Yes,
right, next week, sometime next week is when we will be seeing Debbie back on our screens here, which is absolutely fantastic. Please don't forget to check out your baskets. You've seen a lot of awesome things here in the show. Remember to check out those baskets as well. Don't forget an incredible launch party coming up with myself and Craig a little bit later. You will have out of this world deals, Explorer kits for you, and some of our recent launches. So what we're going to be sharing with you is the Twas the Night, and you'll also get a chance to get your hands on the third instalment of the Year of Craft bolt-on. Don't forget also about the flash sale over on the website on Storage Solutions. Make sure you go over there and have a look at that. That's going to end at midnight tonight, so make sure you get a hold of that first. Also, don't forget about Win Your Winter Wish List. You've got until the end of tomorrow to get involved here. You can win £100 or $150 worth of crafting goodies. All you need to do is go over and leave us a comment on our post, which is over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. So get yourself over there and make sure you are in it to win it when it comes to the Win Your Winter Wish List promotion, which is fantastic. I can't wait to see some of you have a go as well at that incredible scrapbook page that Debbie created for us. Don't forget then, you've got a couple of hours now, so go off, do what you need to do. I'll be up with Craig a little bit later today. And then if I don't see you later in that 7 p.m. show, so remember 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. West Coast, then I'll be back again tomorrow at midday. Wake up call with Craig. I'll be gate crashing, and we also have a very special guest joining us for that show tomorrow as well, and I can't wait for you to meet them. So don't miss out on that. It'll be midday in the UK, 7 a.m. on the East Coast, 4 a.m. Across on the West Coast. So there's loads to look forward to here, and I will give you more details tomorrow about some of the awesome stuff that's coming up a little bit later in the week. Don't forget to check out your baskets, and all being well, I'll see you here in about 2 hours' time. Take care.